When I was a kid, the only things I knew to draw were mountains, a smiling sun that always ended up being in the corner of the page or between two triangular mountains, a house, and a stick figure. While I was drawing these things, my parents decided to make me take part in a drawing competition. At that age, I had no idea what a drawing competition was, but still, I took part in it. The age group in which I took part was 4 to 7. The day before the competition, my dad taught me what to draw. And I must mention it again, it was the day before the competition. The next day, we went to the place where the competition was held. I received a sheet of paper and I started drawing. Once I was done, I gave my drawing to the host, and in return, she gave me a Mickey Mouse pencil box and a water bottle that everyone received for participation. That was my favorite part. Within a week, we got the results, and I won the second prize. I was so happy, and my parents were happy too. More than that, they were surprised. The next year, I again took part in the competition and got the first prize. My brother asked me, "Are you taking part in that competition only because you're getting the Mickey Mouse pencil box?" I said, "Maybe." And that's how my journey of learning the art began, for a Mickey Mouse pencil box. Hi, I'm Liyarina Saravanakumar, and I'm here to convey a message to the present and the rising generation. Whether you're an artist or not, it's extremely hard to stop yourselves from drawing in your notebook, paper, or textbook when you have a pen or pencil in your hand. But what does the word art mean? Well, according to me, art is a way we express our emotions, feelings, thoughts in form of a painting, sketch, sculpture, or photography. It is a skill which requires a lot of creativity, thinking, and imagination. Art is not just about drawing something or someone, it conveys something. Well, does art teach us something? Each and everything in art relates to our real life. Still life is an art style. It is about painting or drawing of a non living thing or an object. It teaches us to be a good observer. Observing things and looking into the tiny details and shadows helps us to get the exact same thing on the paper. In the same way, in our real life, we should observe situations, understand it, and then act in order to take wise decisions. An incredibly unique idea of presenting our feelings is abstract art. It's impossible to change someone's feeling to something that we feel, right? But abstract art makes it possible. Say you want to change your mom's mood when she's angry. You want to make her happy. You can draw something that really relates with her. Maybe use her favorite colors, draw her favorite shape, draw her favorite thing. It'll definitely make her happy. When you paint what you feel, what you see using colors, it makes, when someone else sees that painting, it makes them feel the same way we felt during the making of that piece of art. We all know the famous paintings like the Mona Lisa, Girl with the Pearl Earring, right? I try to recreate these paintings. When I try to recreate these paintings, I had no experience in drawing portraits. But we have to take risks in our life. So I first recreated the Mona Lisa. My recreation wasn't great, but it was somewhere close to that. When I showed it to my parents and my friends, they said, "It's good, but I need to improve." So I accepted that feedback and I worked on it. I'll talk about what is the result when I worked on it later. Digital art. Digital art is incredibly famous. When I thought of trying it, I thought it would be easy, but it was very hard. This shows us that life is not easy as we think. Our thoughts are different from reality. We have to understand the things in order to succeed in our life. Now, let's come back to what I learned from my mistake. I accepted the feedback that I got that my parents and family members gave for the Mona Lisa, and I did the girl with the pearl earring. And it was the best recreation I've done. When I showed it to the same people whom I showed my Mona Lisa, they loved it. This shows that accepting our mistakes, understanding them, and not repeating them helps us a lot. But after that, I also learned that art has a way to change our mistakes. This is related to coffee spill art. It's just about spilling coffee on the paper and then drawing within the spilled area once it dries. But what does it teach? Well, let's take the spilled coffee as a mistake and the paper as our life. We all do mistakes in our life. But we shouldn't let that mistake take over our life. It just ruins our life and leaves a big mark like the stain on the paper. We should let it free, try to forget it, and paint a new life. Okay, now let's talk about. Okay, so that painting on the left, the waterfall scenery reminds me of my cousin sister. When I showed it to my 8-year-old cousin sister, she loved it. She is trying to recreate this painting. She sends me the picture of this and she asks my aunt if she drew like me. If you notice, the message that I want to convey here is not about art. It's about how we use art in our real life, what it teaches us, and what it gives us. Art teaches us to be a good observer in order to take wise decisions. It teaches us to express our feelings and not to worry about a mistake, rather try a way to make our life beautiful. Nowadays, wars, theft, cybercrime, money laundering, diseases are spread around the world. Another thing that makes me worried is that we are in 2023. You all may ask, why do I feel so? One day when I was looking at my painting, I started thinking about how our life has changed in the past few years. This reminded me of the sustainable development goals that we must achieve. I quickly checked on my phone, by when do we have to achieve these goals? I was shocked to see we only have 8 years from now to achieve these goals. Yes, we must achieve these goals by 2030. We as artists can create paintings that make people think of this and influence them to follow and achieve these goals. We as global citizens should be responsible and take the initiative to achieve it. Another thing that I want to talk about here is war. Wars are devastating. War results in destruction of environment, loss of property and human life. The Ukraine-Russia war brought many losses on both the sides. We all are neighboring countries. We should live in harmony. We inhabit in the same world. War has become a necessity, but wars must be stopped. As artists, when I'm saying as artists, I'm including all of us. All of us are artists. We have a skill hidden within us that is useful for others. We should encourage people to not hate their fellow human beings. We should live in harmony. We should use the lessons that art teaches us and make our life beautiful. Art is the only language that our soul communicates with the outer world. Thank you.